Hi everyone, today we're going to be talking about the world's 10 richest people. The stock market has obviously crashed with the crisis that recently happened, but we're seeing a return, and the top 10 richest people in the world for 2020 has changed indeed. In fact, you might be surprised who's about to exit the top 10 and some of the newcomers this year. Stay tuned. So we're going to count down from 10 to 1 in this video, and I'll tell you what, I did not expect this person to be at number 10, and that is Warren Buffett. Possibly the best stock market investor of all time is now worth $69.2 billion. But what is more amazing about this year is that Warren Buffett's net worth has actually gone down $20.1 billion or 22.5% year to date. If we look at Warren Buffett's net worth over time, we can see that it steadily increased, of course, from 2012 all the way to a peak back in 2018. But this year has not been good to Warren Buffett's portfolio. And what we're about to find out during this video is how much money some of the other people have made from this crisis. If we take a look at Berkshire Hathaway shares, it shows here pretty much Warren Buffett's net worth is mostly in these shares, and therefore they went from a peak of around $230 over here down to around $159, and they have not really recovered much yet at about $182 per share. Number 9, Mukesh Ambani. What a story of success. Ambani owns 42% of Reliance Industries and owns one of the world's largest refining complexes. He also has other businesses including 4G wireless networks across India, and his year-to-date return has been $11.6 billion, taking him into a total of $70.2 billion or 19.8% return. Take a look at this chart in terms of his net change from the crisis. $32.6 billion down at the low, all the way upwards of almost $70 billion. And his return since 2016, 22 to 70. Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff when you think about it. What about number 8? Well, no surprises. One of the Google co-founders, Sergey Brin. He's been in the top 10 list for quite a while now. His year-to-date change is up $7.73 billion or 12.3%. and $70.4 billion. So these people are all pretty close in terms of their net worth. It can change on a daily occurrence. When we look at the chart over time, Google has of course been performing well over the couple of years, and the crisis, while it did drop off, has steadily re-increased, and he is now at all-time highs. When we take a look at Alphabet, which is Google's share, we can see that most of his net wealth is in this share, and the share is about to make a new high. In fact, it closed at a new high as of Friday. So Sergey Brin comes in at number 8. Where things might surprise you though is Elon Musk. He has entered the top 10 in style, as Elon always likes to do. Year-to-date change for Elon is $43 billion or 155.9% return. So Elon is well known, of course, being the chief executive officer of Tesla, and he's well known for his SpaceX missions and everything else that he does there. But Elon Musk's net worth has skyrocketed this year. Look at where his net worth was in 2017, $11.4 billion. Look at where it is now, amazing $70.5 billion as of the close on Friday. And when we look at Tesla shares, look at this return recently. From as low as $350 during the crisis this year to as high now as $1,555. Elon Musk is on a rocket ship to potentially number 1. Can you believe how much money he's earned? I certainly can't. Larry Page at number 6, another one of the Alphabet or Google co-founders. Obviously very similar returns to Sergey Brin, and he takes out the number 6 spot. Number 5, Steve Ballmer, one of the co-founders of Microsoft and the former CEO of Microsoft. He's up 32% year to date, and that's $18.6 billion or a total of $76.8 billion for Steve Ballmer. If we take a look at his return over time, you can see just how well Microsoft has performed over time, which is where most of his net worth is. and Steve Ballmer is taking out number 5 spot. If we take a look at Microsoft, a similar story. Low as $133. I'm sure many people want to be in at that price. And now we have cracked the almighty $200 for Microsoft, and we are trading at just below $215 at this stage. Number 4 on our list brings in Bernard Arnault, famous for Louis Vuitton and of course all of the luxury goods that he brings. Bernard's fortunes have actually reduced this year, with his total fortune being worth $92.6 billion and the year-to-date change $12.6 billion down, or 12%. So similar to Warren Buffett, he is the second loser in the top 10 for this year during the crisis. If we take a look at his max returns over time, you can see from 2016, he has steadily increased his net worth, but still a big pickup of $60 billion basically, all the way to $92 billion during the peak of the crisis. If we take a look at the shares for Louis Vuitton, obviously we are seeing a very similar movement than his net wealth, which a strong kind of rebound, but not at current new highs. Number 3 may not surprise you, Mark Zuckerberg, well known, of course, for rejecting AOL and Microsoft offers before graduating high school, and the whole story of Facebook, which I'm sure many people are aware. Mark Zuckerberg's year-to-date change is 18.7%, or $14.6 billion. Pretty amazing. He's sitting at $93 billion right now. And if we look at his net worth over time, you'll notice massive increase since 2013 at $11.8 billion, all the way up to where he is now at $93 billion. Facebook has come under scrutiny over the last couple of years, but realistically, Mark Zuckerberg continues to perform well and his fortune continues to increase year on year. If we take a look at Facebook shares, it really tells the story of his worth. We've got a low of $137 all the way up to $244. And even the recent adpocalypse kind of problem for Facebook has not dampened his worth, with all-time highs being reached last week. Number 2, the world's richest man at one point, Bill Gates. He's come in and out of this list so many times in terms of the top 10. He's been all over the place. But Bill Gates is now worth $116 billion. His year-to-date change is 2.1% up, or $2.41 billion. Now, Bill Gates doesn't 100% only own Microsoft shares, and that's why his return isn't as good as Ballmer's was, but Bill Gates still takes out number 2 spot, and if we look at his net worth, while it crashed heavily during the crisis, he's almost now back to all-time peaks, and he's had a very nice return from 2012 all the way to now. It's pretty amazing how well Bill Gates has done over the last couple of decades. Now for number 1, who is it? Jeff Bezos. Probably no surprise, but when you hear the story and understand what happened during his divorce, it's amazing not only that Bezos kept number 1 spot, but that he is the clear leader in terms of number 1. Bezos has returned $74.5 billion this year, or 64.9%. Wouldn't that be nice? And he is just getting started, it seems like. If we take a look at this chart, look at how his net worth has performed. $27.1 billion back here, all the way up now to $189 billion. If we take a look at Amazon shares over the year, no surprises why his net worth has gone up so much. Massive spike up to $3,200 a share, and really, he didn't really even suffer during the crisis. Amazon has done amazingly well this year, and Bezos takes out number 1 spot. When we consider, though, how rich Bezos could have been, remember, last year he divorced for $38 billion settlement to his wife, Mackenzie Bezos. And when we look at the top list right now, you're going to see why that's so amazing. Bezos could have been the first $250 billion heir. And if we take a look here, look at where Mackenzie Bezos is. Mackenzie Bezos takes out number 13 spot at $63.2 billion, up $26 billion. So pretty amazing stuff on the list this year. How will things change in the future? Will Bezos become the first $250 billionaire? Time will tell. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video or you want to hear more videos about our technical analysis and thoughts on the stock market, please remember to subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Bye.